What's up guys, welcome back to the Run with Jay channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing another shoe showdown between two popular shoes, the Nike Air Zoom Tempo Next Percent going up against the Saucony Endorphin Speed. So I've done reviews for both of these shoes and I've done shoe showdowns for them as well, but this is the first time I'm pitting them against each other, so this should be an exciting showdown. So as usual, we're going to be reviewing these shoes between 5 different categories. You're going to have design and features, followed by cost and values, then comfort, and then weight, and then lastly performance. And we're going to give each of these categories a score of 1 to 5, with 5 being the best for each shoe. And then we're going to tally up the totals to see which shoe reigns supreme. So if you guys are new to this channel, welcome. Please hit that like and subscribe button as well as the bell for notifications. And let's get started. So the first category we're going to talk about is design and features. And as always, I will post the links to the full reviews of these shoes down below, so be sure to check those out. So in terms of design and features, the Nike Zoom Tempo Next Percent is definitely filled with features. You've got the Air Zoom units that are similar to the Alpha Fly Next Percent. You've got the Zoom X foam now, along with the React foam in the back for stability. As well as this fly knit upper that resembles the Vaporfly 4%. You've also got a nylon plate inside in the shoe as well, with the asymmetrical laces, as well as very thick rubber outsoles on the bottom. So tons of features in this shoe. Design wise, I think the shoe personally looks pretty good to me. Some people hate the design of it and thinks it looks ugly, but I think, it looks very nice. Looks like a mature Pegasus Turbo 2, I guess. The silhouette looks very similar to other Nike shoes. So yeah, overall, I think this is a nice shoe. It's got a lot of features and the design looks very good as well. Now the Endorphin Speed we've talked about before. This shoe is, to me, a very good looking shoe. I love the neon colorways and the colors that Saucony has been using, as well as the overall design of the shoe. I think it looks different from any shoe out there. It looks fast, it looks new, and it looks fresh. So in terms of features, the shoe's got a lot of nice features as well. You got the upper mesh, which is very padded, along with the nylon plate that's also in the shoe, and then the PWR Power Run foam in the bottom, as well as some outsole support. And then you've got the cushioning around the foot area, as well as the heel counter in the back. And so yeah, there's a lot of padding in the shoe. So overall, in terms of design and features, I would give the Tempo Next Percent a score of a 4.5 and the Speed a score of 4, simply because the Tempo Next Percent has the latest and greatest technology with the Zoom Air units. It's got the Zoom X foam, which is one of my favorite foam pretty much in running shoes, as well as React foam. So this shoe is pretty much a trimmed down version of the Alpha Fly Next Percent, so it's got tons of features. So the next category we're going to look at is cost and value. So in terms of cost and value, previously when I did the review on the Tempo Next Percent, I was not sure how much the price was going to be in the US, but now it looks like we have a confirmed amount of $200 in the US, which is a little bit surprising. Having heard that this is supposed to replace the Pegasus Turbo 2, the price should be around the same as well, but knowing Nike, the price keeps going up every year. So instead of the $180 for the Turbo 2, now this shoe is going to cost $200, which is a little bit disappointing, but Nike, I'm sure, is justifying this as also like a daily trainer version to the Alpha Fly Next Percent, which costs $275. So price wise, and I guess it's a little bit on the high end compared to what you get on the shoe. The shoe also weighs a little bit more than the Turbo 2. Now the Endorphin Speed is priced at $160 for a daily trainer speed shoe, which I think is very competitive and very reasonable. This is, I guess, the daily trainer version of the Endorphin Pro, which is priced at $200. So there's a slight gap difference compared to, the Alpha Fly and the Tempo Next Percent. So I think 160 for a daily trainer, especially a shoe packed with features and comfort like this shoe, is definitely a better deal. So overall, the score for cost and value, the Tempo Next Percent gets a score of a 3, and the Endorphin Speed gets a score of 4.5, simply because for 160 you get a lot of features and almost the same, capability and performance as the Tempo Next Percent, and it's priced very well and competitive for, your average consumer. So after 2 rounds, the score so far is the Tempo Next Percent trailing the Endorphin Speed by a score of 7.5 to 8.5. The next category we're going to look at is comfort. So comfort-wise, the Tempo Next Percent is pretty comfortable. As soon as you put your foot in, you feel that padding and cushioning that wasn't available in the Pegasus Turbo 2. They've added the Achilles padding here that's similar to the Alpha Fly and Vaporfly higher end models. The Flyknit upper is comfortable as well. This shoe does fit true to size, so I didn't have any issues with that. There is enough room in the toe box on top for your foot, but some people might find the shoe a little bit narrow in the middle. It resembles the Vaporfly 4%. A little bit, so there's that narrow portion in the middle, but overall it's pretty comfortable. I like it. There's cushioning on the Zoom X below the upper is very nice, and then you have the React foam in the back to give you that stabilization and durability. And also the Zoom AirPods you can definitely feel while you're running in them, so that's a little bit nice as well, and also great for responsiveness. Now the Endorphin Speed is definitely a very comfortable shoe. It's the training version for the Endorphin Pro. It's got tons of cushioning and padding around the foot area, even in the tongue, and the upper is also a little bit thicker than the Endorphin Pro, and it's padded as well. The Power Run foam on the bottom is very comfortable. Also, you got the nylon plate in there, which I didn't really feel, but overall this is a very smooth ride and comfortable, and I can definitely see you using this shoe for longer distance speed workouts or just longer distance in general. And then you can also use this as a daily trainer, and it should last long as well and keep you comfortable throughout. So this is a very nice shoe that Saucony built, and it's definitely very comfortable as well. And you also have the heel counter in this shoe in the back to give you that stability that people sometimes look for as well. So overall score in terms of comfort, the Tempo Next Percent gets a score of a 4, while the Saucony Endorphin Pro gets a score of a 4.5, simply because there's just a little bit more cushioning and padding in the Endorphin Pro that makes it more comfortable for running long distances, and the Tempo Next Percent is just a little bit stiff while you're running, but that's not to take away saying that's uncomfortable at all. The Saucony Speed just has just a little tad more to make it more comfortable for your daily running shoe. So after 3 rounds, the Tempo Next Percent is still trailing the Endorphin Speed with a score of 11.5 to 13. We have a couple rounds left to go, so the next round we're going to look at is weight. So in terms of weight, I was a little bit disappointed on the Tempo Next Percent on how much it weighs. So it weighs about 9.2 ounces for a size 9, which is what I am. I was thinking that it might be, stay the same as the Pegasus Turbo 2, which weighs at about 7.5, which is super light. But, knowing the technology and additions that Nike added onto the shoe, that definitely attributed to the weight gain. Also, you have the React foam as well as the Zoom X foam on this shoe that creates that stability, which I guess added more weight to it. So overall, I was a little bit disappointed with the weight of this shoe. However, it does make up for it with the responsiveness of the shoe while you're running in it with the Zoom Air unit as well as the Zoom X foam. So you get a lot of squishiness and, bounce while you're running, and it's just very responsive, so it sort of makes up for that weight gain, and you kind of forget about it while you're running. So I've definitely run long distance in this shoe as well, and it seemed fine to me. So overall, even though the weight's a little bit high, the responsiveness and the other features make up for that. Now the Endorphin Speed is definitely a very light shoe. It's about 7.6 ounces for a size 9, so it's super light, almost comparable to the Alpha Fly Next Percent. So, this shoe is just a tad heavier than the racing version, the Endorphin Pro. So this is very surprising, and Saucony did a great job with adding cushioning and padding onto this version of the shoe while maintaining the weight and with a plate inside this as well. So I was thoroughly shocked and surprised by how light the shoe was. And when you're running, it definitely makes a difference, and it's just so comfortable to run long distance in. It's because of the lightweight and also the cushioning. So I really like the weight of this shoe, and it's great that it weighs only 7.6 for a daily trainer or a speed shoe. Kind of resembles the Pegasus Turbo 2 in a way of how light it is, and how much that this shoe can do. So in terms of scoring for the weight category, the Tempo Next Percent gets a score of a 3.5, and the Endorphin Speed gets a score of 4.5 for weight. So after 4 rounds, Endorphin Speed is still leading the Tempo Next Percent with a score of 17.5 to 15. We have 1 round left to go. The final round is Performance. So in terms of performance, the Tempo Next Percent definitely performs. Overall, I was a little bit disappointed in this shoe. I thought it had so much more potential. Seeing that it's supposed to replace the Pegasus Turbo 2, I would think the shoe would be lighter, have more Zoom X foam. However, they did put the Zoom Air units, which is what the Alpha Fly has. So it does give you a lot of responsiveness, and while running, and it's definitely comfortable as well. Might feel a little bit stiff to some people while running, but overall you could definitely use this for long distances or short distances. I've broken personal records in these while I was running, so you can definitely go fast and go long in this shoe as well. So performance wise, this shoe is definitely very nice. The Endorphin Speed is definitely a top performer as well. This shoe has been rated one of the top running shoes by people all over, and some people say that this is the running shoe of the year, and I don't disagree with them. With everything that Saucony has done, packing all the features in this shoe, they still managed to make this shoe 7.6 ounces, which is incredible. It's super light. Design is very nice. I've broken my 5K in this record in this shoe. I've done long distance runs in this shoe. It feels almost like an Endorphin Pro without the carbon fiber plate. So you can definitely do speed runs, fast runs, long distance runs, anything in this shoe, and it'll perform very well. And it looks like it'll last a long time too. And it looks like it's built like a tank, so it should be very durable to last at least 300 miles in this shoe. So and also it's super comfortable to run in this. So I really enjoy this shoe and thoroughly like running in this. It's one of my top choices to go out just for any a daily trainer shoes when I'm running. So performance wise, this shoe has delivered, and it's been proven all over. So this is definitely a great performance shoe. So in terms of performance, both of these shoes get a score of a 4.5. So the scores are in, and we have a winner for today's Daily Trainer Showdown, and the winner is Saucony Endorphin Speed with a score of 22 over the Tempo Next Percent with a score of 19.5. So the Endorphin Speed pretty much dominated all of the categories except maybe design and features. The Nike Tempo Next Percent is definitely a good shoe, but it's a little bit disappointing that they could have done more with the shoe. I felt like it's kind of just like a buffer for what's to come for next year. Hopefully they'll listen to some of the comments from athletes and make a Pegasus Turbo 3 to get rid of some of that weight, but add more Zoom X foam and even maybe somehow fit a Zoom Air unit in there as well. So I'm glad to see at least Nike using some of the higher end shoe technology and putting it down to the daily trainer line, but I feel like this shoe has more potential. It is definitely fun and comfortable to run in. You got very responsive air units and Zoom X foam on it. However, I just feel like it's a little bit heavy and has a lot more potential. Now the Endorphin Speed, is just such a great shoe. It's fun to run in. It's light. It looks good, and it's so comfortable. It's got a lot of cushioning, so it's a great shoe overall, and definitely a contender for shoe of the year. So overall, you can't go wrong with both of these shoes. They're both fun and, you know, nice to run in. You can do all types of runs, speed, long distance, fartlek, you know, intervals, anything. So these are supposed to be the training versions for the racing shoes, like the Alpha Fly for the tempo and then the Endorphin Pro for the speed. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you think the Tempo Next percent should have won, or you agree with the Endorphin Speed, or if you guys have any other comments, feedback, or questions, please feel free to leave them down below. Again, I have the links to the reviews for these shoes down below, so if you want to check those out. Hope you guys are staying safe and doing well, and I'll talk to you guys on the next Shoe Showdown.